Take questions.
Anything you noticed differently, Coach, after last week in Tulane, this week during practice, that we think this something like this would happen?
No, not really. You know, the kids, practice hard every week, and when you lose a game and adverse situations on the road like that, sometimes it brings you together. And I'm proud of the kids, the way the effort they gave, the commitment they made to each other.
Was it important not just to get the win, but to get a win in this fashion, lighten up the scoreboard and that kind of thing in terms of the confidence of your team?
Well, I thought that there was a lot of good things. I mean, it was definitely a team game. All the special team scores and defensive scores. I thought Garrett did some good things. Some things he'd like to have back, I'm sure, but at the same time, he was very competitive and got the job done.
You get 3 takeaways on special teams. Is there a game ball for Frank Gans tonight?
Well, we've been certainly we work hard on special teams, probably harder than most teams around, and Frank does a great job.
Seemed like a lot of things got going on offense today that's been struggling throughout the season, like Darius Johnson, for example, being over 102 touchdowns. How good was that to see in this game?
Well, I was happy for him. There was a lot of NFL people here watching, specifically him, and so I think he helped himself there. But I'm just glad that he was healthy and able to play today.
Did he know that the scouts were there?
Oh, I'm sure he does. Yeah.
Gene Garrett said he couldn't remember the last time he had 4 touchdowns in a game. What would you see differently from him tonight than the rest of the season?
Well, at the first of the game, he was saying things, and he stood in there and he did things. We had some breakdowns on some pass pro. I mean, they overloaded us on. Oops, sorry about that. I don't know whose that was. They overloaded us on some dog situations, but and he flushed out and made some plays, which quarterbacks have to do. You see Roethlisberger do it. You see a lot of guys doing that all the time, and I was glad to see that Garrett had the ability to do that.
Did you feel like he had a different look tonight than he has the rest of the season?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I thought that they were dogging us. We picked them up. He saw the coverage and delivered the ball.
All right.
Was today as good as you saw Gilbert play since he's been here?
I thought the first half was, yeah.
Considering some of the numbers that your teams have put up through the years and also the history of some of the offensive numbers put up at SMU, what does it mean to you personally to break the school record for points in a game?
Well, I mean, it's pretty cool. Obviously, like I said, it was not uncommon that we might get 70 many times at other places I've been, but at the same time, it was not the feeling of offense scoring 70. It was a team deal. And I think 45 points of it was special teams and defense, and that's pretty exciting because we've been talking about it, and we've been trying to, just like I told the kids in the pregame, I said, if you take the football away, I mean, it's not going to change, and you're going to win the game, and so they did, and they believe in it, and they make it happen.
Definitely improvement on third down. It's 8 of 15 in the game.
Yeah, I thought, again, Garrett, that was because of Garrett seeing things and delivering the ball when we had to have it done. And Zach ran hard on a couple of those third downs, too, even though we didn't block. He ran over a guy and got the first down.
As far as the conference is concerned, how important was this win for this team going forward?
Well, it was a must. I mean, our goal is to get to Hawaii, and, we said it in the meeting last night that we had to win this game. It was a must-win for us, and we got it. We won it. So now we go to the next one.
In record fashion, you got it too, though.
Yeah, we did. It was. That's nothing else. You get your name in the books with that 72. That's pretty awesome for the kids.
You and Coach Mason talked during the week about how potent the Houston offense is, and you did give up some points and some yards, but you also got 3 touchdowns from your defense. At first glance, how would you evaluate your defense's performance today?
Well, we didn't contain some certain catches, where we're supposed to be outside in, and they got down the sideline a couple things. But again, when you play the game, if you take the football away, you're going to win. It doesn't matter what the stats are. If you take the football away, you're going to win the game.
Garrett said that he thought the offense was more aggressive early in the game. Is that something that was
I think that's true. I think that's true. I tried to be a little bit more aggressive for him. you know, to throw it down the field. And I was glad that he saw some of the things he saw and executed the throws.
Well, I mean, how much of that aggressiveness was play calling and how much it was just the mindset of the players in this game?
I think it was play calling. You know, I don't think I've been a little conservative with him, trying to guide him along, you know, and I just said it's time to throw it, you know.
You guys have forced 9 or more turnovers twice this season. Have you ever seen anything like
No,
that? in all your years?
I've never been a part
It's
of that.
crazy.
I've never been a part of that.
That makes no sense.
You can get Coach Mason to dial that up every week, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It seemed like Houston was starting to come back a little bit and would get some momentum, and then, you know, either the defense or the offense would score another point and kind of step on the throat, so to say. How nice was that to see out of this team?
Well, I mean, yeah, you better have done it or they're going to come back and win. I just, like you said, I mean, when it was 45, whatever, 28, I mean, I'm thinking that, you know, you better score or you're going to lose this game, you know. I mean,
When you
that's
had
just how it was.
When you had that 8-minute drive in the fourth quarter, was the time off the clock more important than points at that point?
Well, I think it was a combination of both, but I'm glad we got the points because, you know, to do that in that situation, you got to be able to do that to win a game. And you know, you know, we're in a 4 wide receiver offense, so to take the ball and run it basically says a lot about the kids. You know, 'cause it's not easy to do. You see it every week with 3 tight ends trying to run the ball and finish games in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
You've been a part of many games when you've run 34 less plays, gained 180 yards less, and one like this by 30 points.
Yeah, no, I haven't been a part of that. We had, I think, whatever, last week, 45 plays probably more, or 40 plays more, or whatever it was, and lost. So, you know, that time of possession, those number of plays is kind of a meaningless stat.
Anything else, guys?
Thanks for coming.
Thanks, Jim.
Yep.